this glorious day. All right, let's get this going. All right. All right, so we're gonna press here.
Hold it!
Couldn't see at all, not a jot. Have who I'm going to fiddle. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I got under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, the passengers play themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. Truth is, ain't too happy in small dark places.
Well, no.
Excuse me, what is the matter with you? Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Consul? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no, 'twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the pair of lass, is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so 'twas. Oh, hold it. I found 87 consistencies. Hey, yeah, let's go. 87 consistencies. 87 months. Hype. There, GFRX, appreciate you. Appreciate you with 87 months of subscription. Appreciate you. Always appreciate your support there, GFRX. Oh, yeah, indeed. Indeed, oh, yeah. Appreciate you. Always appreciate all of your support and friendship. I see, yes. I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. And I don't know about you yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Imagine Squawks on the witness stand. He's like, yo, I was over there, and there was all sorts of things, and there was loud banging. Things happened, brother. Things happened. I saw some shit, brother. Yeah. I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade? Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Bejabers! There's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp! What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, might have given us a vital new clue. Yes. What should we make of the last statement of hers? It's profoundly important. My lord! I believe the statement just now made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is a profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern mind, Counsel. Nevertheless, Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. What? Supplement? What are you on about? A sleep murderer, indeed. He stabbed them in his sleep. A sleep murderer. Yeah, he's like, yo. Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work on me. That's right, insult the judge. Always a good move. I was straining my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring. Okay. Bada boom, bada bing. Now we'll press you on this snoring.
Hold it!
So you're straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself. Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got me head down so he didn't notice me. Mr. McGilden sat on the seat which you were hiding under, correct? Yeah. Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug! So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay and put and listen to him driving his pigs to market. Snoring like an old dog he was. Are there any more doesn't add up. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. At odds? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Von Zeeks realized it too. Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Miss McGilden's snoring. But think, Renisuke, think. There's something else she should have heard. She should have heard a murder. I mean... a particular sound that Mrs. Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. Sound very clearly explained by this following piece of evidence. Okay.
Take that!
This time in my Nipponese friend's ears. I concur. It was a sound that will be very real indeed. The sound of your death throes.
Take that!
Thrice fired Mason? Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel. Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person aboard the omnibus was Mr. McGilded? That it was! Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say as much? I was traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey, during which time you did not hear the door opening or closing at all. Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't I? Waiting for this swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Uh-oh. Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks? Yes, he knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? That makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl is a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. Uh-oh. She didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars. And neither can I. Mr. Foreman! I didn't want to judge a girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars. Uh-oh. Granny means business, true. Arg. Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 members leaning towards guilty. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. You crushed your chalice though, what the hell? Yes, very refreshing. Ah! God, what are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amadan? This is carnage! It's perfect! Juror number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going, I know, if we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilded's innocence, a judge will rule and we'll have lost. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must accept the hard truths.
Hold it!
Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel? I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. Yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. I mean, he's got to be already in there, right? Clearly, he was in there already beforehand.
Objection!
Well said, Lord. That's not really the point. The point is, the victim must have been in the carriage from beforehand. They answered me this. By beforehand, to what specific point are you referring? Okay, he must have been put there. Judging... God damn it. He was put there. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it. We're gonna reload. Because there's two blood stains, one on the floor and one on the seat. Wasn't opened even once. My explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection!
I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection!
But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes. One other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Alright, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Entered the cabin. Oh God. Okay. I want to go in here. I think it might be the skylight.
Take that!
Answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight. I say, the skylight?
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
Objection!
the skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addled brain theory? Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as a noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which has already been explained as the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with the dagger. Yes, it has. But would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry? In fact, good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. Hey there, Brittle. How's Brittle doing? I'm loving this game. That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but doing well. Finished Ace Attorney Dual Destinies yesterday. Nice there, Brittle. Let's go. Might the humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, the two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified before said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but 'tis a case of them being unable to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would yous not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Huh? Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the ones who stuck the knife in the man were... I like it. Kind of lost me the second case a year ago. The other cases were good. Nice. Just what are you insinuating here, you blitherer? You rotter, he said. You rotter. What are you insinuating? This is a flaming outrage. I've good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay? You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker, and me, a very, very angry hatter, for scalloping, right? Yeah, it's always how it goes there, Brittle. There's always that one case. There's a case that kind of is like, not one of your favorites, and you're like, okay, I'll put this down now. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's, oh God, he's eating his cane again. It's usually the third case though. Right? I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right, I protest too! About you, you rotten scoundrel! Order! This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous! It's very hurtful, you know! My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zeeks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof decks of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. And I'm on the third case here, and it's fantastic. In our British courts of law, this is termed a baseless accusation. I know I was rash to put the idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are you wasting time for? Get them to testify. I thought there was something fishy about that from the moment I laid eyes on that fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Yeah, Great Ace Attorney has good cases all the way, to be honest. Hell yeah. What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. My lord? You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony and reference the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep him pushing forward. We'll get him to play it? Hell yeah. Love Dual Destinies, especially certain MC. Well, I won't say since I haven't played it yet. Hell yeah. Okay, well, it's time to save. Oh yeah. I'm eventually going to play through every Phoenix Wright game on stream. It's only a matter of time. Refuting the accusation. We were the only two people up on the roof deck. Dead or alive. I can swear to that. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? Oh God, they're very mad. I must say, listening to this testimony is somewhat hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. That's right, you see? We're innocent, I tell you! Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. What? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. Oh, man. Okay. Before we get going into this, we'll save. Okay.
Hold it!
So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck. Absolutely not, Dickin. Excuse me, what'd you just call me? Bitch? No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the closed cabin talking with this man here. Excuse me? Is this true, Mr. McGilded? Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and not off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you were engaged in... Let me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? At all? 'Tis all about evidence in courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. I always save mid-trial if I'm on last penalty, to be honest. I'm a little crazy. I always like saving. I just, especially with it being really hot outside right now. I'm always really fearful of them just turning off the power at any time. Arg! I saw you with my own eyes! This is going so well. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? I mean, to be fair, this does also run on battery because I'm playing on the Switch. But, like, you know, power average means nothing, yeah. I just thought about it as well. Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of lark? Is this some kind of joke, he said? Is that what this is? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly. Are you fair dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. I give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. What the fuck? Excuse me? That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. A true gem would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fellow. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie! I saw you through the glass! You were talking to someone! Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising. Seeing things! Seeing things! I'm a obsessive saver, so I understand. Hell yeah. Oh, he's really mad. I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point. You! Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then 'tis only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should be like to be involved in, really. In any case, there's okay.
Hold it!
So you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, let me know. Not once, never. He never met the man before. He said never. You, Miss First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brick makers, to be perfectly honest, sir. So I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentlemen who were inside the cabin. Uh-oh. What do you have to say?
Excuse me.
Mr. McGilded? Yes, counsel. What can I be doing you for? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection. Is that right now, I wonder? What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay. 'Tis been too long, so it has. Capitalism? Oh, yeah. Hey. If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date? I beg your pardon? You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another? Ah! And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat's lying about on your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand? I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, 'tis a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers such as Thrice-Fired Mason. Ah, there was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence for, my lord. Oh, this you mean. I can't help thinking that the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats! Aye, that it is! So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer, I'd wager, you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh no, sir! Absolutely not, sir! Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellows here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. You little weasel! Arg! He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGilded certainly has been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Uh-oh, he's giggling. He's giggling with... Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings. Okay, what did that do for me? What did that do for me? I wonder. Okay.
Hold it!
Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute! He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute, that's what he said! Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see? It's shut fast now, just like it was on that night. So it is. Of course, a fellow of the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through, still and all. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand? Now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding on the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happens. Oh, Lord. Oh, God, he just went full Wario. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, God. Look at the fucking judge. Oh, I just meant to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But just my luck. I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. One as red as rouge I did. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh no, sir, the point is, skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside that cabin of shame. Skylight doesn't open, you say. So that proves it. We couldn't have kicked the victim down into the cabin below. I tell you, neither of us could. Nobody mentioned anything about kicking anyone. Like I said, details are little nuggets at best. It's the mother lode we should be looking for. Okay. Where's my proof? Where's your proof that it didn't happen, huh? Bitch! That's right. I demand to hear it. We came here to say what we saw, I tell you, not for this. But you call us both shysters. You brand us as criminals. You call us liars. That's what he means. And accuse us of doing it. As it stands at the moment, there's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves, now is there? I believe we're in much the same position as one another here. Arrgh! If I don't crack this case soon, he'll crack his teeth. I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way. Couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Though by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilded either. So hard to know what to believe here. I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of the trial. Evidence. When we can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. So you're saying that what we need now is to find a conclusive piece of evidence. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely. They're like, where's your proof? This is my proof. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's the last statement. I'm pretty sure I have the idea of what I need to present. It's this. Oh.
Objection.
Okay. I'm gonna just reload. I thought it was the coach because of the blood stain on the floor. Hmm.
Hold it! Excuse me.
Oh, geez. No, it seems not. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Objection.
Okay. Okay.
Objection.
Oh, God. I'm not sure what... I'm not sure the evidence I'm supposed to... Okay, let's look through the evidence. Proof that he fell. We're gonna go through every statement. We're gonna press again.
Hold it!
God damn it, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Stop it.
Hold it! Hold it!
Oh, jeez. There's gotta be something I'm missing here. Wait a minute. I think I might have figured it out now.
Objection!
God damn it. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Am I really this stupid? I'm gonna present something. It might have just overlooked my... I might have over...
Objection!
Oh my god. I'm kind of baffled right now. Okay, I want to read everything. If anything had happened, where we were sitting, don't you think one of the other of us would have noticed?
Hold it!
I wonder if... Okay, how do I switch to the people R again? Okay. I'm really confused what I need to be doing right now. We were the only two people up on that roof, dead or alive. About the victim. I'm missing something very simple.
Hold it!
I'm so confused right now.
Excuse me.
Fuck. God damn, I'm so confused right now. Where's my proof? Okay. Oh man, this sucks.
Hold it!
I'm totally fucking confused as to what I need to be. I'm so confused right now.
Wait, that ain't...
There we go.
Excuse me.
Holy shit. Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade. it opens. The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right? Holy shit. All them skylights open. Dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon? That's a lie, I tell you! Otherwise, when I broke wind, You can't do it from the inside, you mug. Oh? Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags, and I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming out of me ears. Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did, I used the skylight, opened the catch and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. Skylight opens from the roof deck? Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims. Ah! Oh, my hat! See? Order! So it appears that this street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. Skylight opens. And from the roof deck? Mr. Naruhodo? This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. I mean, it's... So, my initial thought was correct. It just wasn't... I know what I need to do. Catch has been undone. We should be able to open it. Why enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. Why someone like me? What is it? Look, just here. Look at this. That's, without question, it's blood. Why would there be a blood stain there? Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it? And there we go. We got all of our... We got our evidence fixed. There we go. Hell yeah. We're killing it now. Proof you want. Proof you shall have.
Objection.
And this was the correct piece of proof that I originally said. By the way, on the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. Immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug! Arg, you can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't! I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Irrefutable proof. Here in this courtroom. Counsel, my lord, I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out the proof that... Oh, nope. God damn it, I pressed the wrong button. Can be unrelated. You know, it's so nice to...
Got it!
By Jupiter? Is that blood? Arr! This blood stain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. No! Order!
Hold it!
But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. Ah. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But. There's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? 'Tis all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. What? No! But, it can't be! It's all lies!
Hold it!
My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I'm gonna cut your eyes out and make you look at the evidence again. I won't tolerate any more of any of the guild's carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing. On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Von Zeeks? A blood stain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection!
What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-toothed comb. So I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. Oh God. Aha! Indeed, there, Jeffrex. At least not until this trial began. But, are you suggesting, Lord Von Zieks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session. What? What a palaver. I must say, I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zieks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling on the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I'm well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? Oh God. When you wield a fortune the size of McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Lord Van Zieks, this would not do, to be sure. Would it now, counsel? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But if you will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court has been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter. In your own words. As you wish. It is, of course, possible because we know that all the stuff was moved. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There's no evidence to suggest the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh? Good gracious! Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. We're doing a good job convicting our... Are you wise? What are you trying to pull? You rotten, feckless gouger. Feckless? Gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier, as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as, to start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment is full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Seeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord, no doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything unusual about the omnibus? My lord. Yes, counsel. There's one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot.
Objection!
Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel.
Got it!
If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, it would certainly find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good Lord! Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that blood stain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. This is insane. I love this case. This case is insane. This trial is over. Mr. McGilded? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but 'tis all over now. But you're the defendant. Tis over, I tell ya! Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, 'tis all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is, the blood stain is there now. Well, and over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-none Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Von Zeeks. Well, my lord... Oh, geez. I must concur with the defendant. The unfirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence, and the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Von Zeeks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty. Yes, which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really all right for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Yes, my lord. The defense believes I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. Some people just can't take a effing joke. I said Americans are dumb to an American and got timed out. I said obviously it's a joke. I even put joke at the end. Oh geez. Oh, I mean it's an obvious joke from... I is not stupid. I is smart. I tell you what. I am very learned. I am a very learned individual. At this moment in time, I can, in all good conscience, attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. I is not stupid, I is smart. 8 billion tons and more weight in tons than IQ. 8 billion tons is quite a lot. Good gracious me. Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused innocence into question? Are you of sound mind? Oh, 'twas a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer. So it was a grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Your job here is done, fella. And some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? 'Tis just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. This trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? None more than a formality? What about the... I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something. You mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park. That's all she cares about. Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, give me 1 second there, guys. I need to drink something. I need to drink. I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. I take you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection.
But we still haven't determined if the blood-stained omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Didn't know beer was this good? Oh dear. See, I don't drink, so I wouldn't know. Lord Van Zeeks. My lord. Case made by prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection.
But wait, when we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. What? Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief. You've got more to say to me, you have, ya? Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, confetti, fireworks. I can't believe it. This is an outrage. They should have... What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. Who are we for? Right now, this is the most craziest... Well, courtroom and pandemonium for the second time that day. The judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. We're technically for McGilded as a defense lawyer, but I think he's guilty of murdering someone. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yes, it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Miss Susato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. Trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. I'm going to punch this man in the face. Mr. McGilded. Ah, and that girl is with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. What? I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I've heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Well, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man, then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. 'Tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? But who killed the person? I think it's actually McGilded right here. I think it's actually this guy right here that killed him. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. But he's not guilty. So the court said, but he's definitely guilty. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. Ah, bewizz, you're a humble people, are you? You from the East. Well, if you insist. But have this, still in all, you deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilded. So he gets away with him because he's rich. Exactly. Sounds like real life capitalism. True. I mean, he's got a giant fucking hat. Everything is right, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There was some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. Oh God. Oh no. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. We gotta keep him away from this. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're stunned here in Great Britain. And there he goes, a free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Oh God, she's got her gun! He's definitely going to frame someone? How the fuck that head ain't fallen? True. Don't move! Whereas I wanted to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you not mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry. And I ain't all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? And taking that with you as well? I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Huh? Oh my God, she's got a bazooka! It's still illegal to have a gun there, true. She's got a bazooka in the courtroom. Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Grr. Excuse me, but who are you? Right? Exactly. Who the hell are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, at least it could be a pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though, at all? I just took my eyes off it for a moment while I was changing it onto a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. What's it? What? I have no idea what this girl's talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly. To my technician. What? You mean say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to no adults. Oh my God, she's pulling out the bazooka on you again. Come along then, follow me. Oh my God. Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. I mean, she is being held at the end of a bazooka. Just saying. I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. And there she goes. She was a lively one. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too? Yes, you're right. But where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner have we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings. But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park. I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. Oh my God. It's even more illegal to own a bazooka and even more to have it there of all places. Aren't they being shot at? Exactly. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. And 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or a mansion. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for study tour was over by the end of the first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead, just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over. Wait, oh God.
What's going on? Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick! What the? How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating. No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there. This can't be.
What the hell? What? Someone just got burned alive.